Hi, 642. I have a very important announcement because although I definitely don't mean to make any changes once the semester started, I did make a mistake. So I want to own up to my mistake. If I can, I'm going to see if my system will let me show the syllabus. So here's my mistake. There was not supposed to be a discussion this week. So thank you for pointing that out to me. And how I'm going to remedy that is I will take the top 5 scores from the 6 discussions that we're now going to have. So I don't want you to panic if you didn't have this week's discussion in your repertoire, because definitely there should not have been. And part of that is I wanted to adjust this class so that there's only one thing due on most weeks, or it's possible for you to work. So only one thing is due. I know that later in the semester, it ends up that you might, I think it's later in the semester, where there might be 2 things, where you need to give feedback to a classmate. But I didn't want to have 2 full assignments. I was planning on combining some things, and that's my mistake. So again, only 5, or I'll grade all of your work, but only your top 5 scores will count. That said, it is a really important week, so I am glad that it's counting as its own discussion and not getting mushed in with something else. So thank you for doing your best with it. And I haven't given verbal feedback on your last discussion. And I wanted to say it was awesome. The discussion topic was technology committee or curriculum committee. And here's what made it an awesome discussion. I read things like, I hadn't thought of that before, or although I still feel strongly I'd want to be on X committee, I now see the value of Y committee. And there was a lot of good back and forth and sharing of ideas. Definitely in discussion questions, I try to avoid like one right answer kind of things, but yet topics that are important to consider or take a stance on. And a fantastic job of listening to your classmates and being open to new ideas. That's really another goal here is continuous growth, continuous new ideas, which I have to say, I don't think it's right here. I want to give my personal example. So I'll wait for that. Another topic I wanted to cover was some people turned in their librarian interview early and they weren't clear on MLA style or APA style. Even though it was part of the get ready for class thing, you were supposed to bookmark a helper site so that you could clearly use those. I think that kind of fell by the wayside for some people. So I put a helper page in our module. So what happened as a consequence is some people had already turned in their work, and then I posted the helper page. So I don't want anyone to feel penalized for turning in their work early. So if you want to go back and fix your APA versus MLA issues, then go ahead and revise your paper and you can turn it back in and I'll regrade. What I'm referring to is APA style no longer requires a running head, but it does require a title page. So if you have a title page, I will expect your list of sources at the end to be titled references, because that's APA style. If you're using MLA style, you won't have a title page, and your list of sources will be titled works cited. And the way you cite things in parentheses after your quotes is a little bit different for each style, but you are becoming librarians, so this should become second nature. I really want you to have it down. So let me know if you have questions. I think the helper page will help. And yes, it's kind of nitpicky, silly stuff, but it's also stuff that I just need you to do. My third topic,